Hello everybody and welcome back to another Kingdom Hearts video for my 75 Days of Kingdom Hearts series that I'm doing to challenge myself and hopefully become a better content creator. So my topic today is who can't be a pure light. Now that's going to sound like a really oversimplified topic, but back after the E3 trailer was released, you had all the princess list popping up again. And it's just like every time we see something new, you see all these people wanting specific princesses to be in the game. But at least the American translation, or the US translation, or the English translation, whatever you want to call it, says pure lights. So they don't necessarily need to be a princess. Which brings me to two people who cannot be a pure light. I'm going to get some hate for this one. So, let's talk about the first one who's already been in the game before, Megara, aka Meg, aka Herc's main squeeze, aka the person who signed her soul away to be with a boy. Now, if that doesn't tell you why someone can't be a pure light just in her description alone, I'm going to apologize. You need to recheck your information. Anytime you make a deal like that, specifically for love, and when lust and attraction are not love. Sorry. You do not get to a point where you are a pure person. And yes, this is a very big subject for me. Now, I know a few people who want to argue it is very well possible for her to still be a pure light because she changed and she helped out Hercules and she is a good person now. But Riku's a good person now. So, let's be honest, Riku's not a pure light. Kairi was always a good person, so she was always a pure light. At least as far as we know her. The scenes that we have before Destiny Islands essentially boil down to her being a young child. A brave young child, let's put respect where it's due. A brave young child. And that brave young child was able to be supportive of a situation that she was desperately lost in. But with that said, I want to point out that Megara was never in that situation. If her as a child was anything of her as a teenager and an adult, she probably made a lot more selfish decisions. And we're not talking like simple selfish decisions. We're talking some bad selfish decisions. Anytime you make a deal for love, a deal like that specifically, you are going to find yourself exactly in that position. I do not find you as a pure person at that point. Not only that, because she has been in the games, she was in, I think she was in the first game? No, she wasn't. Because of who she is as a character, she is not eligible. Sorry. Well, not really, but this is something some people have to point out. Megara is not a pure light. Because she is not a pure light, she cannot be one of the new princesses of heart or pure lights or whatever you want to call them. Now, here's for the other one that is going to get me some super hate. Merida from Brave. I hear the hate. I can feel it across the internet. And I've had very few downvotes on my videos, but I think this one's going to get a lot of them. And please, comment down below and let me know what you think. Because I know there's going to be some people who are going to want to defend Merida. Maybe not so much Meg, but definitely Merida. Merida did not just walk through the woods, find a witch, and basically had this thing where, okay, well, we found you happen upon a witch, and the witch is going to give you your way out of this. No. And maybe I have to rewatch the movie from beginning to end, but as I recall, she went looking for that witch. She wanted a way to punish her mother. Not just, oh my, you didn't say that it would punish her. You didn't tell me it was going to transform into a bear. No, she wanted to punish her mother because she felt punished. That is spite. And you haven't seen any of the pure lights spiteful. Not a one. You could say that Alice arguing with the Queen of Hearts is out of spite, but I don't believe that. She's trying to show the Queen reason. She's not saying, I do not believe in you because your authority is done from your crown and you are a crazy old woman. No, she's basically saying, I believe you are wrong in your decision because it is wrong to just say whatever you want to and have that as the answer. That's why. And oh, dear Lord. And I like I said, I know I'm going to get some hate for this one. Merida wanted to punish her mother. And something I wanted to say in regards to this. She made everything right. They managed to defeat Mordor, or I can't remember the big bear's name. They managed to defeat the big bear at the end, and the family's reunited, and she gets the quilt on before the time frame. Her mother's back to normal, and it's as if no harm has been done. But that's wrong. Harm has been done. If I should happen to, let's say, punch you in the jaw. I could go a little bit more violent, but this is YouTube, and we have to be careful. If I punch you in the jaw, and I break a tooth, I say, oh, I'm so sorry, have your tooth repaired. Just because the tooth is repaired does not mean that no harm has been done. Harm has been done. Fixing the situation does not take away what's been done. And this is something that's seen in a lot of aspects in life. You can call someone a mean name or a bad name or just be rude or crude to them, and whenever you apologize, you're like, okay, well, I apologize, that means everything's okay, all right? No, it doesn't work that way. And same thing with Merida. She wanted exactly what she got. She wanted to punish her mother. Because she wanted to punish her mother, that's exactly the reason she can't be a pure light. Replaying the original game, and none of the princesses of heart have any ill will. They all seem to be very, very striving to be good people. Merida does not fall in that group. And we're not talking about her being her being smart or clever, because the way of getting out of that marriage was a clever thing to do. It's wrong, but it was a clever thing to do. Because it's something that should have been agreed upon by all parties involved. And mind you, we are judging an ancient culture by modern standards. So whenever I talk about this is something that is very important to me. She doesn't qualify. It's like saying Stitch qualifies as a pure light. No, Stitches has done some pretty bad things. Created and behaved the way he was supposed to by its creator, but that does not change that it is a destructive force and it's done destructive things to either save its own skin or done things without regard for others. Cannot be a pure light. Now, some of you are going to question why is Moana not on this list? I mean, it's two people, but Moana is probably not going to be in Kingdom Hearts. That is the truth. If we go by the theme theory that's going on, more than likely it doesn't follow the themes. And more specifically, the movie came out a little bit too late. So unless they had pre-production notes on what's going to happen in the movie, and they just kept up with it as it's going through production, I doubt Moana is going to even be in the game. However, her fascination with this sea is more than just a simple act of rebellion. The entire time she is trying to live up not only to expectations from her father and her mother, she's living up to expectations by her tribe, by her grandmother, who, honestly, I love that movie, who didn't put that many expectations on her. Be yourself, that's what she was saying. And she is a pure heart, because a pure light, because that's exactly what her purpose was, and things like that. So I see her in a different group than Meg or Merida, because her acts of rebellion, her leaving the island, wasn't for herself entirely. You could say she's a little selfish. Belle was a little selfish. And there's a lot more to that, but in reality, it's something that is very, very... The discussion of this is more than just whether or not she's a good person. So, this is where I'm going to go ahead and cut off the video, because if not, I will continue to ramble for about an hour on this. And without having another voice here to bounce off of, it's going to get boring. The answer is no on both of them, and on Merida and Meg, because of their actions as people, not their actions after they've made a mistake. It's the actions they took in making the mistake. Now, I'm going to do something I've been doing, and I don't like doing it. Like, comment, subscribe, please. Help me out. And I have been promoting my Patreon, and it's because I want to be able to play through the Kingdom Hearts 3 by streaming it through my computer rather than directly from PlayStation 4. And that's because PlayStation 4 will be blocking scenes more than likely, which bothers me. I want to be able to record my whole session and not have a blocker popping up saying, well, you can't record this. That's the reason if you follow me on Twitch, you'll notice I have a $200 thing there. I'm trying to save up enough to buy an Elgato so I can have everything ready for streaming coming up on January 29th for the game. With that said, I do have my social media links in the description below. And I hope to see you guys later on. Like, comment, subscribe again.